Welcome back to Conversations. I'm Robin Fahr. And keeping it in the Valentine's vein, we have John DeKoven here. You guys know John DeKoven. He's the chief executive comic over at Laugh-A-Lot Productions and does a lot of great shows in town with a great one coming up. And if you're seeing this after Valentine's Day, yes, you missed the show, but there will be more. And this is still going to be one of the most enjoyable interviews you'll have today. John, welcome back to Conversations. Great to have you here.
Thank you. And let me be the first one to wish you a happy anti-Valentine's Day.
Thank you. I hope that you are the one and only that does that, but that's good. So what gives? Valentine's Day, just sort of a made-up commercial holiday? Is that
made-up commercial day. A lot of people think Hallmark invented the holiday. Actually, it was invented by a woman about 80 years ago, and it was called "I don't care how great you were to me for 364 days a year. If you're not good on this day, you're toast."
It wipes the whole thing out.
That was the whole, that's how it was invented.
You gotta love her. Well, and it probably, it's like anything where it's gotten out of hand. You start hearing commercials for people saying, you know, get her this diamond, you know, we've got a special Valentine's Day pricing, $500. This is ridiculous. Exactly. I'll just say that. It just is ridiculous. Okay, so what are you doing about it?
So well, you know, the other thing too is you hear all about this antitrust. You know, people are griping about gasoline and it's artificial. Well, what about the flowers?
Exactly.
I mean, 2 months ago, the same bouquet of flowers cost me $6 at Safeway is now $49.99. Something's got to be done about that.
Thank you for noticing that. Well, I asked somebody about that once, and they said, well, it's just that with roses, Valentine's Day comes right after the Rose Bowl, and so we've sort of run out.
Right. That person obviously worked for the florist trade commission or whatever. You know.
That's it.
Just like the jeweler who said, well, you know, the rule of thumb is you should spend 3 times your salary on an engagement ring.
Exactly.
He's the one who
who comes up with this stuff. Exactly. I know, but we tend to follow it, and people do get a little bit, you know, wigged out about Valentine's Day. Sure. I'm also noticing it younger and younger. I've noticed my daughter in college will say, "Oh, pshaw, Valentine's Day." It almost, you know, makes her angry.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah, see,
I'm glad the youth
the youth are catching on.
Cool.
So you're doing something fun on Valentine's Day while some people are sitting home with candlelight and soft music playing with their loved one. You're inviting all the singles out to Muds in San Ramon for it's going to be the anti-Valentine's Day comedy bash for singles. Fabulous.
Exactly. Because if I am nothing, I am a trendsetter.
That's it. Well, and this will be first annual?
Oh, definitely. The first of many. I actually, on a side note, I had in December my first Festivus party. I don't know if you know what Festivus is.
I do.
It's a Seinfeld holiday, and that was great. I had the aluminum pole, and so then I said, well, let me come up with something for Valentine's Day. And I said, let's have an anti-Valentine's Day party.
And what do people do? I mean, they'll show up and
they'll show up.
Well, let's start with the mixer. You've got a great mixer.
We're gonna. This is something I'd actually thought of. It had nothing to do with Valentine's, but I want to work on putting these singles events together. And there's different ones that have mixing activities like lock and key and this type of thing. But of course, being in the comedy business, I came up with index cards where men will get index cards that have the setup to a joke, and women will have index cards that have the punchline. They're given out as they walk in, and then you have to find your match. So the guy may get, how many lawyers does it take to screw in a light bulb, and he has to find the right match, and you know, that just gets people talking to each other.
And laughing, because some of the jokes that don't go together are going to be very funny.
They may have some good jokes, and they will get a raffle ticket for that, and then we'll have other raffle tickets, and we're going to have great prizes that night to give away for our anti-Valentine's Day.
What kind of prizes?
And some of them are right here.
So you've got, somebody actually made a bear.
Yes,
with a anti-Valentine's.
I don't know, should I show it?
Sure, go right ahead.
This is by Russ Toys, like I'm giving him a plug, and it's the anti-Valentine's Day bear.
He's sticking his tongue out.
And he has a little heart slashed.
No more heart.
And actually, thank God for eBay. This is where I found it. Like $3.99, but the shipping was just as much. That's where they get you, by the way, on eBay. But thank you to Mary or whoever. This was the only one I could find. I mean, I did searches on Google's. I found one. I also found these buttons. I don't know how close they can get
we'll
in
read
here.
it out loud.
But let me read it out loud. One says, Cupid is stupid.
All right.
And the other says, roses are red, violets are blue, Valentine's Day sucks, and so do you. So those are
you
some
can't get more loving than that.
You cannot. These are awesome. These were also an eBay purchase.
Wow.
I have a couple books that I haven't gotten yet. The Anti-Valentine's Day Handbook. And I think the other one is called Valentine's Day Sucks. And so hopefully we'll get those in a few days. And, you know, of course, we're going to give out tickets to free shows and some dinners at Mudd's. And
so people are going to have a good time.
They're going to have a good time.
Even though they may be alone on
Yeah, but they won't be
Day.
alone. They'll be with friends.
With other people. And I like the idea. People can bring in photographs of their exes.
Right. We're going to have paper shredders. I'm going to have 2 of them. And people can bring in photos of their exes, and we're going to have a shredding. Actually, what will happen is it's a combination, what I call airing of the grievances, which is kind of borrowed from Seinfeld, and the photo shredding, so you can get up there, you talk about, I hate men, or I hate women because, or my exes, go hog wild. And you can shred their picture right there for the world to see.
Oh, and I'm sure that's cathartic. That's just
very
makes you feel
cathartic.
real good.
And we recommend all black, by the way, is the theme.
To wear. So please do not wear red, pink, any of these other
anybody wearing red will be thrown out.
Okay.
I'll give them their money back. I don't even want to see it.
Okay, so they must be in the appropriate.
I'm looking for black roses, which, believe it or not, I found out because, again, having no life and having the time to do all this research, there really is no such thing as a black rose. You think there is, but there's not.
Hybrid something.
There's not a real black rose. They're silk. So you got to find them. Like I'll go to Michael's or this and that. So very interesting.
That's it. So roses are fine for Valentine's Day.
Black ones.
Black ones, as long as you've got that.